Stop managing disease and start restoring your health before it's too late. People who manage disease lost their lives to that same disease. Why keep managing chronic illness when you can get rid of it? If you have taken medication more than twice for the same condition, you will need to hear this. Your body was not designed for constant drug dependence. Medications are meant for emergencies, not for everyday survival. If your body isn't healing on its own, that means it is overloaded with toxins and acid. And that's the real silent killer. Here is the harsh truth you need to know. When your body is too acidic, diseases thrive. Diabetes worsens as your body struggles to regulate sugar. Cancer, HIV, hepatitis B and C take over, weakening your immune system. High blood pressure and heart problems intensify, leading to sudden stroke. Digestive disorder, bloating, and infections become your daily battle. Hormonal imbalance and infertility makes your body fight against itself. One truth they won't tell you is that most medications only suppresses the symptoms. They don't tackle it from the root. That is where Alka Heal changes everything. Sicknesses thrive in an acidic body. What you need is to restore your body's pH balance permanently with Alka Heal. This isn't magic, it is pure science. When your body is 80% alkaline, disease have no place to live in your body. Stop relying on drugs that only manage diseases instead of curing them. Listen to what our client has to say.
I woke up one morning and I realized my skin turned yellow. And eventually, I started noticing general body weakness and my stomach would hurt a lot. And I went to the hospital to run a general body checkup. And the doctor told me that it was hepatitis B. Unfortunately, he said there was no cure for it, that he would only prescribe a drug for me to manage the situation. I started taking medication, but my symptoms worsened. I started vomiting and I had severe joint pains. I started looking for more natural ways to get my health back. And that was when I was introduced to Alka Heal. I started taking it immediately. And I noticed that all those symptoms, the joint pain, the vomiting, my stomach that hurt, everything disappeared. What about my skin? Totally clean, totally cleared off. I don't look pale anymore. And after several checkups, I can say to everyone watching me that I am free from hepatitis B. Who says there's no cure for hepatitis B when there's Alka Heal? So everyone watching me diagnosed with hepatitis B, this is your cure. It worked for me and it will also work for you and give you a new beginning.
12 years ago, I walked into an hospital and I was diagnosed of HIV. I was like asking doctor question. No, how? When? How come? I remember sitting in the hospital lounge, hopeless and in tears. I was almost going to ask the doctor to redo my test again to confirm if it's really my result or someone else. I went to another lab and it was also HIV positive. I was placed on antiretroviral drugs, which worked for a while. Before I got to know, I started losing weight. I was always tired and I sweat a lot at night. Those I call friends, they used to be around me. They abandoned me. It was just me and me with my ailment, and that was it. Someone heard my story and introduced Alka Heal to me. For someone that has lost hope in life, this was my last and only hope. I started taking it. I gradually started getting better. And I felt like there's a new life in me. It boosted my immunity. And I remembered that I have to stop those antiretroviral drugs because I no longer need them. Alka Heal has changed my life and changed my story. To my surprise, all my tests turned out negative. The doctor was even asking me, how did I go about it? And I told him it was Alka Heal. Everyone listening to me, HIV is not the end of life. I got a second chance, and I know with Alka Heal, I can always get a second chance.
I've lived with hepatitis B for 5 years. I was constantly weak. My stomach hurts, and my skin turned yellow. I remember the doctor told me there was no cure. Just drug, slow it down. But instead of getting better, it got worse. My liver swelled. I had constant nausea, and some nights I thought I would never wake up. Then someone introduced me to Alka Heal, and I started using it. Believe me, 2 weeks of using it, I felt stronger than before. Alka Heal. The pain stopped, My skin completely cleared and my energy returned. A few months later, even my doctor could not believe my test results. There is no trace at all of hepatitis B. I'm sitting here today to encourage everybody that have lost hope, believing there is no cure for hepatitis B. Don't give up. ACAHEAL worked for me, and it can also work for you.
Sad. I was told there was no cure, only antiretroviral therapy to manage it. For a while it worked, but the side effects were unbearable. Nausea, weakness. I stopped taking the drugs, hoping to feel normal again. At first, it was fine, but soon my health declined. Rashes, rapid weight loss, night sweats, and extreme fatigue. A test confirmed my worst fear. My viral load had skyrocketed. The virus had mutated, making my medication less effective. I felt hopeless until someone introduced me to ACAHEAL. I was skeptical, but I had nothing to lose. I followed the treatment, and within weeks, I saw changes. Rashes cleared, strength returned, and my symptoms faded. Months later, I went for another test. Viral load undetectable. I couldn't believe I was free from HIV. Today, I'm alive, healthy, and 100% HIV free. If you are struggling, don't give up. Try ACAHEAL. Take back your life. ACAHEAL saved my life, and I believe it can save your life. So my brothers and sisters, ACAHEAL is a wonder. It's a wonder that has done wonderful things in my life. Try it today and you will not regret it.
My name is Dennis. After 5 years of HIV, I found my healing through ACAHEAL. I will never forget the day the doctor told me I was HIV positive. I was 28 years old, full of dreams. In one moment, everything shattered. The doctor explained the importance of starting antiretroviral therapy immediately. I was committed to taking my medication every day without fear. At first, I held on to hope. I believed the drugs would save me. My viral load dropped. I never felt truly well. My body always felt off. I had constant fatigue, stomach issues, and joint pains that made even small tasks unbearable for me. But I stayed faithful to my medication. But it's just like I was barely surviving. Over time, my health began to decline drastically. My skin became dry and scary, and my lymph nodes stayed swollen, and I caught infection easily. Each hospital I visited drained me emotionally, and I started wondering if I could ever live a normal life again. That was when someone introduced me to ACAHEAL. They told me it could help my body fight the virus, rebuild itself naturally. I was a bit skeptical, but also desperate. I kept taking my ART, but added ACAHEAL to my routine while praying for a miracle. And my miracle finally came. Within a few weeks, I felt something shift in my body. The constant exhaustion faded. My body pain ceased, and the recurring infection stopped. I haven't felt that alive in years, and I continued using ACAHEAL. With each month, I felt stronger. After several months, I went back to my routine test, and what I saw brought tears to my eyes. My viral loads were undetectable. My CD4 counts were fully recovered. I made them run the test twice. Even the doctor was shocked. The virus was completely gone from my blood. I'm doing this because I know how hopeless it feels to live with HIV, but I want you to know that there is hope. ACAHEAL gave me back my life. And if it can heal me, I believe it can heal you too. I am Dennis, and today I am completely healed, and you can be free too.
The day I was diagnosed of HIV, my whole life was shattered. I felt like the end of the world is coming. Oh, and it was 3 days to my wedding. My fiancé had to cancel the wedding. I was depressed. I felt like killing myself. I felt alone. And I was drowning in my own pains without no way out. A friend of mine introduced me with ACAHEAL. With a mix of desperation and hopelessness, I gave it a try. And to my greatest surprise, all the symptoms I normally experience began to disappear. I started feeling a new me. All those weaknesses, weight loss. In fact, I started regaining my weight. And I don't have to depend on any antiretroviral therapy. Fortunately, my HIV test came out negatively. I wake up every morning with a new hope, knowing that life has given me a second chance. Thanks to Akao Healing. I'm making this video to encourage you out there and to tell you that there is still life with Akao Heal. And with this product, you can take and have your life back.
Click the shop now button to order yours. Don't miss out.